holiness because your mind is renewed in that area. But if your mind is not renewed in the area of prosperity, you'll be holy and poor. Because holiness will never automatically translate into prosperity. Anyone who taught you otherwise was deluded and is transferring the delusion. It will never on its own. I mean, isn't it practical? Look around you. There are so many people who are holy and poor. And sometimes out of ignorance will castigate them. If he was living right, he won't be poor. Who told you that? Or you think you have more because you're living right. So your mind has to be renewed enough to enjoy the promises of God. Now, I'm not talking to, there are people who have taken vow of poverty. No, I'm on a serious note, I'm not joking. There are people who have told God, God, I'm okay the way I am, just enough to eat, so that I won't have distractions, so I can serve you without any distraction the rest of my life. There are people like that. And I'm not kidding, I'm not joking, for real. For real. So now those people, that's your own personal consecration. It's just that you will be limited in how much you can do for God. Now, you see everything I've been saying since. God, 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 God. So don't confuse. Prosperity is not about you. It's not about what you can use for yourself. It's what you can do for God. What God can do with and through you. There was one time I wanted to pay the rent of this place. And I just mentioned it. I don't like emphasizing such thing. In the days when we were growing, I mean, we could spend 30 minutes talking about it before. But these days, I mean, I remember 3-4 Wednesdays ago when my wife was talking about the office. When she stood up to talk about it, after 2 minutes, I stood up, took the mic. 1 minute is enough. Just mention it, that's all. Sit down. 1 minute is enough. So I threw it open, and then somebody came. After service, he said, Pastor, I'd like to see you tomorrow. And he came, and he brought an envelope. Inside that envelope was actually enough money to almost cover the entire cost. Because it was not your currency. It was in, like Ghanaian would say, dollars. Just one person. Almost 4 million. And one person from the, from the video crew. My city shall be spread abroad to what? Prosperity. You see, if in your income, your monthly income, you cannot guarantee God minimum 20% a month. That's 10% tithe, 10% offering. And you are saying, God, when you bless me, the kingdom will know that you have blessed me. God is saying to you, he who is not faithful with little cannot be faithful with more. Now, the spirit of poverty will tell somebody, 20%, a whole 20%. What can I do with 80%? That's the spirit of poverty who wants to keep you poor. There are people who are paying 50%. Giving, not paying, giving 50% to God. There's a man who, until his death, it was 90%. And he was either a multi-millionaire in dollars or a billionaire in dollars. 90%. Most of you use this product, Colgate. 90%. And that 10% was too much for him to live on. So, if you can't give God minimum 20% in a month, that you give him the tithe and then the offering, you plan the offering. You can't be saying, God, if you can use anybody, you can use me. Use me for the kingdom. And right now, a whole income, monthly income, you cannot guarantee the kingdom or guarantee God 5%. I mean, somebody's earning 100,000 naira, for instance. And then, he comes to church, he gives 500 naira offering. So times 4 weeks, that's how much? 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira. I mean, and he would be happy, I'm giving 500 naira. The kingdom cannot depend on such people. God can never rely on such people. If those are the only kind of people you have in the body of Christ, we will still be in stone age of Christianity today.